What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm good. What do you got for me?
So you want us to talk about the issue with Black men dating outside of their race, right?
Well, I'm asking, why do you think they do? Especially
I
the high
think,
value guys, because that's who you care about.
I think the high value men, there's such a small percentage of high value men out
Okay, let's just
there.
talk about the ones that earn over 6 figures, 10%.
I think some of them, they have a preference. Some of them like a certain woman. I think everybody likes different things. And when you're a high value man or woman, obviously, when you have money, you have the ability to be able to, go out there and get other things. Money
Other
can't
things,
buy love, but
other things
money
like
can buy
what?
a lot of things.
Hold on. Other things like what? You said they tend to like other things.
Like quality, better, you can get better quality women. When you have more money, you're able to make yourself look better, you're able to look more presentable, so
Well,
therefore you're able to go out there and
so
meet other people.
let's make it simpler. So there's a black man. He makes $100,000 or more in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, and yeah, he makes more, but he's still in the top 10% of earners. Why can't the qualities that you're talking about, do they exist in black women?
um there are, I think there are quality Black women out there. It's just sad that it may seem like, to a lot of people, that there aren't high quality Black women out there. But I think a reason for that is because a lot of what we see on the media. I don't think high quality Black women
Okay,
parade
see,
themselves on social media and all
wait,
that,
wait, 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 wait,
or
wait,
they're
wait,
taken, or
wait,
they're
wait, wait,
married. A
wait,
lot of
wait,
high
wait, wait,
quality.
wait, wait. No, can't, don't overtalk. Okay, now you're starting to lose me
Why?
because I asked of the qualities you're saying that a guy would want. I asked you, do they exist in black women?
Yes.
Okay, then if they exist in black women, why aren't they being picked?
Some Black men are not attracted to Black women.
Okay, ma'am.
What? Oh man. You see how they just try to give it like an umbrella term? Oh yeah, they just don't like them. No, they just don't like the bullshit, the attitude, not how they look. It has nothing to do with how they look, which is crazy. But that statement in itself just isn't true. Period. And I think I can speak for all men when we say that.
See, now you're about to lose me again.
I'm not trying to lose you,
Yeah,
Kevin.
because I think you're starting to become disingenuous. Because what you're doing is trying to split a hair.
Well, what do
Stand,
you? What do you?
listen,
It's like you're
listen,
fishing
listen,
for an
listen,
answer.
listen. Okay, can you hear me when I'm talking?
I can. Don't get frustrated with me. I'm here.
Don't tell me what to do,
Okay, sir. Sorry.
because I shouldn't have to keep over talking you. I can hear you when you speak. I'm just asking a question. If okay, ma'am, yes, maybe there are a percentage of men who prefer different things, but most people prefer their own race. So can we just stick to the majority of the conversation? Let's say the qualities you're talking about. I asked you, do they exist in black women? You said they do. I said, why aren't those women getting picked? And you went to the minority. Some people don't like their own race, but the majority of people do. Can we stick to the majority? That's all I'm asking.
I understand what you're asking. Um, I also think it's a difficult question, but I think it's a question that can be answered in several different ways. Why are these men not picking Black women? I think some of them are, some of them aren't. The ones who aren't picking the Black women are not attracted to Black women. They've dated Black women. They've had bad experiences with Black women. Some of them, some women are going to say, oh, they hate themselves. Maybe some of them do hate themselves.
All
I
right.
don't know, but I don't know many Black men who
So
hate themselves.
do most high value men pick women from their own race across the world?
Is that a fact?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if that's a fact that high value black men usually
Okay.
want to date black women.
Do most people pick people from their own race?
Yes.
So then it stands to reason that most high value men pick. You don't see.
Correct.
Listen, you don't see high value white men marrying marrying non-white women in mass. So I'm saying that what you're doing is you're kind of splitting hairs. And here's what I honestly think. I think the qualities that you're saying that they look for in other women are not as readily available in most black women today. And the number one quality is cooperation.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. Black women, including myself, are very uncooperative at times unless we find a man that we feel is masculine and we feel safe with. Black women, we're very emotional.
That's bull crap.
You think
Because
so?
because basically, well, let's just say it's not bull crap. That's a fancy way of saying that we have to handle you. In order for you to act like women should act, you have to choose to put down the BS. But it's a choice.
But don't you think that's realistic?
No,
but
I
don't
don't.
you think what
No,
you
I
just
don't.
said is
No, I don't.
realistic when
I
it
don't
comes to
think it
black
is.
women? I
No,
think a
I
lot
don't
of
think it
black
is. You're over
women
talking me.
choose.
All right, this is gonna go real bad. How old are you?
38.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
Kevin is like, yeah, it's over. But this person sounds very familiar. Sounds like a person from another video. Seriously.
That's nice. Can I speak?
yeah, that's the no man's land sound.
I know.
Because what you're saying ultimately doesn't work. Because you're unmarried and alone. That's why I said it makes no sense, because it doesn't work. Go ahead.
I don't understand what you mean it doesn't. What doesn't work?
It doesn't work. It means
That's
you
when you
don't
lost
get
me.
husbands.
You lost me. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okay, it doesn't work. Meaning you don't get the outcome desired, meaning being married. See, we judge very simply over here by outcomes. And the outcomes is if you keep on, I'm going to keep fighting and I'm not going to do whatever until you prove to me that you're the kind of man I can trust or whatever. And that makes you uncooperative when the rest of the market is cooperating right out the rip. That means I'm going to pick somebody that's cooperative. And then they're going to pick somebody else who's cooperative. That means you uncooperative women will remain unpartnered, unmarried, meaning it does not work.
Well, that's not what I said, and that's not what I meant by what I was saying. All I was trying to say to you or try to explain was that I believe a lot of Black women, including myself, choose who we're going to be submissive to. We're not
and that's
submissive to
fine.
every man that tries to.
Okay. And have you ever chosen? And what man have you chosen to submit to in your 38 years?
I would say about
Thank you.
3 or 4
No,
in
no.
my lifetime.
So what's no? Okay, and what's the longest relationship you ever had?
8 years.
1 year.
I said 8 years.
8 years. How long ago was this?
This ran from about 2012 up until the summer.
And why didn't this man choose to marry you? Since you submitted to him.
He told me he didn't believe in marriage. That's all he told me.
Oh, okay. And when did he tell you this? And you're what?
He always told me this from the
Right.
beginning.
Did you want to get married?
I didn't really want to get married because I have 2 children already who are teenagers.
Surprise.
And I just wanted to
All
You know, no,
right.
I didn't want to get married at the time. No, I didn't.
I'm not trying to be funny, man, but
No, I mean, it's
I
funny to
mean,
you. It's funny, but I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
but the
not
thing
here to
is,
lie.
but what I'm saying is, you
Would
have
I
two.
like to have married him? Yes, of course. I was with him for 8 years, but he
But
didn't want to marry me.
stop. All right,
That's not funny.
listen. S- What you did not yield the outcome you would have even wanted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct. You were with somebody for 8 years who didn't want to get married. And you know you wanted to get married, but he didn't want to get married. But why'd you stay there? Number one. Number two, you got one kid, two kids. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
Both my children have the same father, and we were not married.
Why did you two? Why did he choose not to marry you?
Um, again, we were engaged, but
Again, I don't count
we were
engage.
young.
I don't. No, no. I
Yeah,
don't.
we didn't get married because we were young. I was in my
You,
20s when
ma'am, that's
that.
not young. That's an adult.
I didn't want to get married.
Okay,
That's
so
the answer.
listen. You're a perfect case. You're a headstrong, uncooperative black woman who does things the wrong way. You have babies without the benefit of marriage. You deal with men who don't want to marry you. It doesn't work. Do you have a daughter?
Yes, she is.
Would you recommend her to go down, to do what you did in life?
Hell no, no,
Why?
absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's sad.
Because it doesn't work, and that's all I'm trying to get you to understand
No.
is what you
Well,
do.
I know it doesn't work.
But
Yeah, I know it doesn't work. Obviously, I know that doesn't work because I'm 38 years old and
but
I've
the
lived
whole
through my own
notion, but the
experiences.
whole notion of I'm not going to do this until a man does that doesn't work. Femininity
No,
is not
I didn't say that I behave that way.
okay.
I say most black women
Femininity is
do.
not something you turn on and off.
All I was just
That's very true. So when women come around and say like, "Oh yeah, I'll be submissive for the right man," it's not really a thing. It's either you're submissive or you aren't. Because if you were to come around and say, "Well, I'm masculine for the right woman," how does Straggy? How does that make sense? You know, it's not really something you turn off and on. It's exactly right.
saying was,
But it's not something you turn on and off. You don't get to just keep talking, ma'am. Okay. I'm going to unmute you so you can say what you have to say, but you can't just keep doing that. Go ahead.
can you hear me? I'm unmuted. But I wasn't saying that all black women are uncooperative. I just said a lot of us are, and it's
Why?
because we're choosy. We're just very
What do you mean
choosy. It may not
choosy?
be.
Choosy?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So let me get this right.
There aren't
No,
a
no,
lot.
no, 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 no. See, this is my time. You're uncooperative. Women like yourself are uncooperative because you're choosy. Please explain what that means.
From my own experience, and I cannot speak for every black woman out there. I am a black woman who was born and raised in New York City. So, being in my environment, there wasn't a lot of quality young men or,
I
men
asked
that I
about being
come close
choosy,
to
man.
my life.
I asked you about you'll be uncooperative because you're choosy. You give me environment. Why? What does that
I mean,
mean?
I'm choosy. I don't know. I can say at 38, I can still count on both my hands how many men I've had sex with in my entire life.
But you haven't
And
explained choosy, ma'am. Uncooperative and being
explain it in
choosy
what way? What do you mean?
because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Choosy means picky.
Selective.
Okay, so
Picky, yeah,
you select who you're cooperative with.
absolutely.
All right, and look at what it's done for you.
What do you mean? Because I'm not married? It's made me an unmarried woman at 38. Is that, I don't think that's the end all be all. I don't
Oh,
think,
okay, okay.
I
Well,
know
see,
you
you
think
now you're
I'm in
still
the
talking.
danger
You're still
zone.
talking.
Oh,
See,
I didn't hear you talking.
well,
Sorry, I didn't hear you
because
talking.
you can keep. Look at what it's done for you. You are strong, opinionated, and unwed. Look, ma'am. Maybe here's the funny thing. So many black women like yourself think of marriage as, well, I don't need it. It's no big deal. Yeah, it really does matter. Your
I
ability,
agree.
your ability to. Okay, let me ask you a better question. Before I ask this, the guy you were with for 8 years.
Yes.
By the way, did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
A master's, PhD, anything?
Bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Does the guy you were with for 8 years go to college?
Yes.
Where did he go to school for?
He went to school for engineering.
All right. Is he an engineer?
No.
Right. Who earned more, you or him?
Now at this point, me.
Right. So, again, you're a mother of two who's with a man you out earned. What is that? Why is that relevant? Because you had to pick a lesser male. Because, ma'am, part of the reason is your uncooperative nature. Part of the reason you have 2 kids from another guy who was probably on the same level as the last guy. You don't
That's
get the
not true.
okay, fine, but you don't get. But here's what is true: you don't. Higher value men do not select women like yourself to marry. They may hook
That's
up with you.
okay. That's
It's
okay.
it's okay. It's okay that okay. And see, what I want you young women to hear is these are your mamas and your nannies and your aunties. See, you're saying it's okay when young black women are saying, I don't want any parts of your life, ma'am. I don't want to be strong like you and have to work until I die. I
I
would
mean,
rent. I don't want no. You got younger women all day, and even women they don't. See, it's not okay. So you're all right with working until retirement age, but you and being uncooperative and picky. Good, ladies, this is your
that's
choice.
what you're
Do it
saying
this
is not
way.
what's
Do
true,
it this.
Kevin.
Well, yeah, man, because
Not accurate.
it's very accurate. I said higher value men do not choose to make women like you their wives. And you said it's okay as if you wouldn't want to have one of these, you wouldn't want to have the lifestyle that these kind of men can provide.
I think everyone would want to have that
But in order
lifestyle.
to get it, you're going to have to shut your mouth and get on somebody's a program and under their authority. But that's not in you. So you get lesser men. That's all I'm saying. So if you're okay with having to work during the pandemic, during everything else, good. But then don't complain that you got to work. See, that's what other groups of women get. When you cooperate with a man, you don't have to pull out the cape and be the superwoman and go do everything. But so many black women like yourself, that's your pride. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't
No,
need
you're
it.
right. Can I say something? Because you're just going on. It just sounds like what you're saying is very negative. But I
No, it's
do
very
agree with
true.
what you.
You say, no, no, ma'am. No, 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 no. I don't like when you is what I just said accurate, factual, precise.
Not 100%, but
I didn't
yes,
say
what you're saying is
100%.
correct.
Ma'am, this is our culture. And you said it's what I just ran down was culture. The women in my family, the women in New York, California, Oklahoma, black women across the country fit into this culture. It's not negative, it's true. But you guys don't like the truth. You call the truth negative and bashing. And that's another problem we have in our culture. You have to stop calling the truth negative. Hell, somebody the other day called obesity white supremacy.
What? No. Um, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Kevin.
I know you
But I
do.
just
You just going to fight.
you don't let me talk. I let you talk. You don't
Go
let me
ahead. Go
talk.
ahead. Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I just also want to say that these high value men that you're talking about, we all know that they exist, but they're not a needle in the haystack, but heck, you might as well say they are a needle in the haystack. And a lot of women, black women especially, are taught to be,
Who taught you?
strong
Who
and to
taught you that though?
work.
Who taught
Of
you
course,
that?
we all know our mothers taught us
Well,
that.
then that's
And we're
wrong.
I understand it, but let me just finish. And yes, it's wrong. Our mothers taught us to be strong and to be that way because there wasn't, or maybe there wasn't a man around. Like, for example, I didn't grow up with my father in my life. My grandfather died when
Okay,
my
where
mother
is
was
your
a little
father
girl.
alive?
No, my father died in 2009.
Okay, let me ask you a question before you go on.
Sure.
Did you ever talk to your father and get his story from his lips?
Never, no. I was too young.
2009, you were 27.
No, I'm 38.
And 2009 was 11 years ago.
Oh, sorry. So then he didn't die in 2000. He died in 2000, and he died when I was like, oh, God. No, you're right. Yeah,
I
was
know I'm
27.
right. And my point is this. You
Yeah,
are, see, and what you're about to tell me is you guys are raised to be strong, and your mother and black women have raised their children to be softer men and harder women. And the problem is you never got your father's story from his own mouth. And you're old enough to know that your mother is probably going to give you the story to make her look good.
Who, me?
Well,
No,
I
I
will put it to you
don't
this
even get
way.
along with
One
my
of the
mother.
things
I
I
don't even
tell
get
people to
along
do,
with
what
my
I
mother.
tell people to do often, is you need to go get your father's story from his mouth, because I am sorry, man. Let me just take women women rarely take accountability. Women often make, your dad was horrible or that. If you didn't get his story, you don't know what happened truly. You got your mother's interpretation. There's your mother's interpretation, there's the father's interpretation, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. But at the end of the day, you are an unmarried, uncovered, hardworking, single by choice black woman out here living on one income. Hard. This is a hard life. And you're saying black men who are high value are a needle in a haystack. In New York City, you can throw a rock on any block and see them. And they're with non-black women. They exist. You were told they didn't exist. They do. And if they exist, why don't they pick you and women like you? And this is one of the reasons. Cooperation. You were not taught to cooperate with a man.
A lot of black women are very cooperative because our mothers, even though a lot of
Cooperative
us,
with
let
whom?
me just say this, Kevin, please. A lot of black women are cooperative, I believe, and I will say that even though a lot of our fathers weren't in the household, a lot of us are cooperative
Cooperative with whom?
because we were raised by very domineering, strict black women who
You
raised
can't just
us
keep,
to
you can't
work
say you're,
hard
no,
because
no,
they
no. You
told
cannot say
us
you were cooperative and
you
not
can't
say
depend on a
cooperative with whom.
man. That's what they told us.
No, 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 no. You cannot just say
No,
you're
that is true. Black mothers.
No, I'm going to mute you because you can't just say you're cooperative and not say with whom are you cooperating. You can unmute yourself.
He's right, because it ain't with men. As you can clearly see here, she can't even follow simple instructions, right? So where can we find this piece of information? And with whom? She can't even answer a direct question.
You guys just throw stuff out there like we supposed to accept it. Cooperative with whom?
With the men I've been in relationships with.
Ma'am. Okay. Have you ever been in a relationship with a man who's a provider male, who can actually,
Yes.
that can pay the cost to be, okay. Yes.
Yes. With my children's father. I'll give you that example. Yes.
And why didn't he want to marry you?
He did. I told you I didn't want to get married.
But you had his kids. 2 of them.
Then why'd you have 1 and 2 babies?
Exactly.
Because I wanted 2 children. I wanted a boy and a girl, and I got what I wanted.
Oh,
and I was good
Jesus.
enough.
You can't make this shit up.
You can. I'm being
You can't
honest
make
with
it
you.
up. You can't make it up. So this is
What's
why
wrong with that?
this is why I say you can't make this up. Cooperate.
I didn't want to be married.
He wanted to get married. She did not want to this woman says she's cooperative. All she talks about is what she wants. Why didn't he marry you? He wanted to marry me, but I didn't want to. That don't sound too cooperative. Anybody in the chat room, please tell me. And to her, this makes sense. Why are you so angry, Kaya?
Oh my goodness. It's just Kai. Nice to meet you. stalking you. Not really, but I've got turned on to you about 2 months ago, and I think I've watched almost all of your videos.
Well, that's right.
But I think I have a different perspective. Well, let me start with your question of why I'm mad. I'm mad because nobody told me what you're telling me.
Okay. How old are you?
30 years ago. I'm 40.
Okay.
And
Generation X. Okay.
Hmm?
Generation X. Go ahead.
Yes. And unlike a lot of women who've called in, I was raised in a 2-family home. My father is your Kappa brother and is 88 years old.
88? He's Jesus. He's silent generation.
Yes. And both my parents are professors, and they told me to just, my dad, keep your eye on the prize.
Well, yeah.
You will meet somebody along the way. You will meet somebody.
But why do you think he did that?
I think because he wanted me, like you said, like so many of these other women, to never rely on a man, and because he felt like women who rely on men put themselves in situations to be abused or are.
Is he still your father? See, what I find when you have that big a gap between parents, I find that fathers want to give their daughters advice because they don't feel like they're going to live to see most of their daughters' lives. They're worried about your survival, not your happiness. So
that's definitely where he is now, but I don't know if he was like that when I was, in undergrad, for example.
But he's 88 and you're 40?
Yes.
So he was 40, he was almost 50 when you were born. Lord.
Exactly.
It's a different calculus. I mean, but he told you to keep your head down, go to school, and you'll find love.
Yeah, you'll find someone who's like-minded. He was always afraid I'd fall for a thug. I was into the bad boys in high school.
But silent generation, that's how it happened. It happened in that generation.
I agree. Right. It did.
So they were born. He was born in what, 32?
Exactly.
I'm good with math. So he was born in 32. So yeah, keep your head down, and if you go.
Because that's how I met my mother. They're both professors. She works for sure. And was like the leader of our household, of our child rearing, I would say. He was the financial leader. But
how many siblings do you have?
A Southern Belle from Arkansas. So I feel like I have my femininity.
How many siblings do you have?
Two brothers.
Okay.
One older, one younger.
Is your mother pledged a sorority?
Yes, she's a Delta, as am I, and both of my brothers are Kappas.
Holy shit. Okay, now it makes sense. Give me a second.
Yes, we have several PhDs in our family. Several.
It's the unholy alliance, Kappa and Delta. That either goes exceptionally well or exceptionally wild. It's too much red in one house. Whew. All right, so your brother's you're a legacy. Your mom was a Delta, you're a Delta.
Yes.
Your father's a Nupe, your brother's a Nupe. Are your brothers married?
One is going through a separation and the other is not married. No.
Okay. So so you were lied to at 40.
I was lied to, very young.
We were all lied to. We were all lied to. Why
aren't you married? Now he's like, I don't understand.
Who's asking that question?
My dad.
Well, because he's asking that question because he's coming from a silent generation calculus. He doesn't understand that even though he's seen it, he doesn't have experience with it. It makes no sense to them why you're not married, because it's supposed to be simple. What state do you live in?
Oh, that is definitely.
There we go. Come on.
Connecticut.
Oh damn. How long you been there?
Like 15 years.
Well,
Well, I was trying to leave, and then I did the thing. I got into a PhD program. Stayed even longer.
I'm a PhD.
Now,
well, it's funny. That soundbite. I'm a PhD. But see, women like this, even with all all the degrees, right, and the education, they still cannot figure out how to math life and how to math relationships. Look, the education is really important, but the skill set they lack when it comes to those type of skills, like relationships, dealing with a man, cooperating with a man, they can't pass that test. They can't pass that class. And then you often see it comes out now, this type of man she wants, of course he's got to be making it nearly 6 figures, if not more, way more. And she's going to come in with this type of attitude.
Calling Dr. White. See? I know. PhD, Connecticut. Where's the dog? Brady.
I was very tempted to get one, especially since COVID. Right.
So you're in Connecticut out there. You're in Connecticut in the suburbs with your PhD, and everybody else is living that life. So, why not move it to the city?
Honestly, a lot of my sorors, they're my friends, and they're single too. And a lot of them are older than I am, and most of them are single. And I was
but so let me help you out now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about blood sport. If you got to kneecap one of these sorors to get to a man, you don't need to do that. I'm sorry, ladies. Make no,
interested. There is one Kappa who's interested.
What I'm saying is, so many of you ladies try to do this. Instead of getting your ass in the life raft yourself, you try to make sure you can all get to the raft, and y'all can't all fit in. You're in Connecticut at 40 years old in the pandemic. New York City is one state. New York or Manhattan is one state.
Yeah, it's only an hour.
Okay, but where do you work? Do you work remotely?
Right now, yes.
Okay, so carry your ass into Manhattan and work remotely, and be around all the single people.
Just get up and move. Okay.
Or die alone. I'm very frank. I mean, I'm talking about moving either to New York or maybe LA. Yes. See, this is what I need our Black women to understand. You guys are very good about going after your PhDs and your careers and everything else. And then you expect men to just appear out of nowhere. Do you want a Black man?
Only.
Well, who the French toast lives in Connecticut? Even people in Vermont are like, what?
Well,
you better carry your ass to Brooklyn or Harlem or something. You better go on back.
You're right. No, you're right. All the high value here are married. I know who they are.
Exactly, because that's where you go to marry. That's where you go after you get married. If I moved up there, I would have my family in Connecticut. Well, maybe not. I'm a city guy. But the point is, you have your sorors, and y'all all have the same thing. How many of your sororities? How many of them are single? Are you talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How many of them?
Oh, I have like my whole clique. It's like single women, and I've been hanging out.
Give me a number.
Let's say 6.
Okay, 6. If I threw one man in front of you, one will get him. The other 5 are bridesmaids. Go.
Yeah. Oh, I mean.
Well, what you gonna be? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm definitely gonna go.
Okay, you gonna break somebody's jaw?
Well, they're older, and they have.
Okay, then you gonna break a hip. It might be easier. I don't know.
Yeah, they're giving up. They're.
How much older are we talking?
They're in their 50s, a lot of them, and they're convinced that they don't want to be married. I don't believe it.
Right.
Because they're miserable and like,
right.
But there's a couple that are actually. Like maybe 1 or 2 of them that I think are actually happy single, but the others I do think they wish they had.
So are they fit?
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. I was hoping he followed up with that question. That'd be exactly mine. Are they fit? Do they have kids? All of these things are going to play factors, because if you're unfit on multiple children, if you have 6 different kids by 8 different men, yeah, and you're overweight, yeah, of course, who's going to want that? So of course you'll be happily single.
No.
There you go. So it's not as though they've given up, they have no real options. Because if they were still fit from 40 to 50, put a man that's a high value man in front of all of you, and I guarantee you their tunes would change. But when you cannot get him, it's easier to say, I don't want him, because you failed the fitness criteria. This is why I don't understand with so many women today. Men want fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. And if you fail the fitness component, the whole notion of high value goes out the window for the most part. And I don't understand why so many women today cannot stay fit when you're single with no kids. Makes no sense. But you in particular, you got a choice to make. Your family gave you the best information they could, but you're 40 years old. You've been on your own. You've been responsible for you for the last 22 years. When was your last serious or long-term relationship?
Like 10 years ago was
Holy
last
shit.
serious one. Yeah. I was engaged.
Okay, but 10 years ago, did they discover fire? Did y'all have fire back then, or did they just now discover it? 10 years? Come on, Ma.
I mean, serious.
I'm being serious, but it's been 10 years.
Yeah, a serious relationship. I was in a 3-year situationship that I knew wasn't going anywhere. So I didn't. Yeah.
But you knew it wasn't going all right.
I know. Bad decision.
And see, women get upset with me when I say that whole die alone thing is because so many of our women just date unintentionally. So now with all this experience,
I'm a lover, Kevin. You are like so practical, and I'm now learning. I'm a lover. You know,
how's that working out for you?
You're right.
Your father made a practical decision in your mother.
Yes, he did. He did.
It's not being a lover. See, we romanticize these things. I don't care about love at 40. You need to get respect and somebody who's going to give you your insulin shot.
Facts.
I mean, love went away 3 years after after you crossed line. That was over for 25. Love was kind of 25, 27. That's seriously at 40. All the mistakes, everything. Okay, you have 40. You still have half of a life left. What you gonna do?
That's why I'm calling you, because I'm listening. I got the move to New York, memo. I want to know, what can I do at this point?
Well, this is a show. A detailed plan is gonna cost you a consult. I'm giving you an idea of what you should do. One, you need to prioritize. What kind of man do you want? What do those kind of men want from a woman? And are you willing to do what you need to do to give it? But not right now. You are geographically undesirable to the kind of men you say you want. So it doesn't matter. If you're not prepared to put yourself in the proximity game, what's the point? So let me get this right. Even if I dropped Boaz in front of you, you're in Connecticut. He's in Jersey. That's a long distance relationship, no matter how you slice it. Who's moving to who?
I'm willing to move for love, but it does seem.
I don't care about no. Take love out of your vocabulary.
Okay.
Or keep it there.
Okay.
Then die alone. I'm dead ass serious. Why do we feel like we get love? Why is that so important? Love.
Isn't that what this is all for?
No.
What is it for? Isn't not dying alone is so that you have someone who loves you when you
Love comes after. Do you think people loved each other back when they married, when they're arranged marriages? You learn to love somebody. And I'm extending this because I need people to understand how deep this goes. Talking to a college educated woman with a PhD and all this other stuff, and you're still talking this Harlequin romance, Disney stuff that does not work in your own life, and you are refusing to get rid of it.
But I've had love, Kevin.
Okay, well.
But I hear you.
No, you don't.
That's the first time I've heard that.
I mean, no, you don't. Here's the thing. This is why I get real practical. You want love? Oh, well, you really want to do this? We can do it. Do you really want to do this, or do you just kind of want to do this?
Go for it.
All right. Do you want children?
I do.
How many?
I'll settle for one at this point. I'm 40.
Right. What percentage of the financial load for the family would you like to have to be responsible for?
40%.
All right, 40%. So when you do you want a boy or a girl?
Boy.
I know you want to. All right. So when little Key Light is born, I don't know. So I see his face. So when little Key is born, and you've been waiting for him for 40 years, and you have birth pregnant, you give birth. 12 weeks after you give birth, you're going to turn him over to a nanny and go back to work. And let somebody else and pay somebody else thousands of dollars to raise little Key.
I believe it can be done.
Nope. I'm saying that's what we're doing.
I mean, because that's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's not go there. I'm asking. That's what we're doing. How much is new child care?
I don't even know.
$500 on the low end a week. $2,000 a month. So you turn them over to Becca or even Keisha.
I'm just trying to lower my standards, Kevin. Of course, I would love to have a wealthy man, of course, where I didn't have to work. But I understand I'm 40. I'm not in my best shape.
Look, Kevin's not even going there. What he's really trying to say now is, well, let's start thinking about what you'll actually have to do. Because it's not even about the money at this point. Where are your emotions as a mother to be empathetic and want to raise and rear your own child? Where's that? Because this is you have to be really practical. If you plan on contributing 40% to the family household, that means that you need to get back to work because you need to make up that 40%. And look, this woman just mentioned that she's not even in the best shape. But she wants a high value man.
You know,
exactly. So you're talking about. So you're talking about. So you don't get to talk about love when you got all those things going on. Too many struggles. Too many. Because you're still wanting to date like a 20-year-old at 40 with all those struggles.
But I'd be okay with like a man making like $80K. I think I make enough to, cover the difference for one child.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I was thinking, after listening to all of your shows.
And what percentage of black men earn more than $75,000, $80,000 in this country? What percentage? Come on, PhD. What percentage?
I'm a PhD.
15, 1 5, or 1 5 or 1 3, 13 or 15%, and you're in Connecticut, you still want a man in the top 13 to 15% of all men at 40 years old with all the things you said, and that you'd be happy with it. Ma'am, you'd be blessed. That's winning the lotto, the Powerball. This is why I asked, is a B enough? Ma'am, you should be happy if you get a man who, no, you lucky if you get a man making, you'd be fortunate to find a man who's making median income.
Okay.
Or because the kind of man you're saying, ma'am, does exist. I'm not saying he doesn't exist, but does he want a 40-year-old woman who's everything that you just said?
But I'm feminine, and I'm
okay. How tall are you?
I've got some things going for me.
How tall are you?
5'8".
How tall are you?
5'8".
Dress size?
12. Don't do it, Kevin.
Ma'am, I'm just being honest. At 5'8", you're feminine, but no, you're a brat. You're soft spoken, but you're a brat. That comes across as feminine, but it's kind of passive aggressive.
I can accept that.
So at 5'8", 40 years old, yes, men who are earning that kind of money. But when he's looking across the expanse and he's making, a black man making 80,000 is making twice what the average black man makes. He's got options. And the real hard question comes down to, he's got options among black women and all women because he's more economically attractive. Why does he want a 40-year-old woman, period? Especially if he wants more than one child. You can't do that. One is at best. So yes, you ladies need to really substantially lower your expectations to reality to meet your reality.
That's what I thought I was doing.
No.
You're saying not 80, 50.
Ma'am, a man marrying you, right, can get one child at best. That is just a step above the woman who was on before you. The woman in Canada.
Yeah. But I think,
listen, and that woman was 36 years old, 5'4", 130 some odd pounds. You saw the pictures. And I'm saying and I said the same thing to her. A man is going to want, for the risk that comes along with marriage in the West, to get at least his own seed into the next generation. At 40, ma'am, you're 5 years into geriatric pregnancy. Have you done any fertility tests or anything like that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I'm in really great shape, but my gynecologist doesn't recommend it after 42.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, one child at best. Ma'am, you cannot be playing this money game. Does he have
Honestly, it's not about the money, Kevin. I was hoping you would kind of understand, given my background. I just don't know how much in common I'll have with a man who was making 50K. I need an intellectual man. I'm raised by professors. I need to be able to have an intellectual conversation.
Oh my God. Man.
I just don't think we'll click otherwise. It's not that.
Okay. I laugh because I'm trying to be polite. You don't have that kind of leverage to be walking. You are walking like you are showing up prize to this man. Because your daddy and your mama are educated, and you're a Delta, and your mama's a Delta, your father's a Kappa, and your brother's a Kappa. He ain't marrying none of that. He's marrying your 40-year-old self. This is why I said, you ladies really, really believe You are so much. You overrank and overestimate yourself, and that's why I said this PhD shit goes to y'all's head. I just don't know what kind of stuff I'd have in common with him. In other words, I will be settling for a man at median income. I got news for you. You just insulted over half of the black men in this country.
No, it's
Yes,
not
you did,
that.
ma'am.
That's
Listen,
not what I meant.
but that's what you
That's not
did.
what I
But
meant.
that's what you did. I know it's not what you meant, but that's what you did. When you
I'm
said, I
so
don't know,
sorry.
when you said, when you
50K
listen,
men.
don't overtalk me. When you said that I was hoping that I would understand where you're coming from, looking at your background, I understand that you waited too long to play that card. I don't
Okay.
care what your background is. I care that you're 40 and your doctor does not recommend you having a child past 42. I care that you live in Connecticut and you're geographically undesirable for many black men. I care that you're 5'8" and a dress size 12, and I care that you want a man making around $80,000. And what is he going to get from you? What are you bringing to the table as far as wife skills?
I'm supportive. I'm kind. I can cook. I mean,
You have a recipe book?
a whole recipe book? No, but
Okay. What can you cook?
Tonight I made this Parmesan encrusted chicken and some spinach and some au gratin potatoes.
Okay. What else can you cook?
Steak, spaghetti. I mean, uh, fried chicken if that's what he wants. I can cook pretty much anything.
What about healthy?
I mean, I cook mostly healthy for myself, believe it or not.
I'm just asking.
But I think,
ma'am, what I'm trying to get to understand is what are you bringing to this table as far as domestic skills?
oh, okay. I cook, I clean, and I'm
Were
great
you
with kids.
okay? Were you actually raised to be a wife? Be honest.
No, but I was
Okay.
raised by a
Okay.
Southern belle
So
who did
I
still do,
need you
we
to
did
stop. I
still
need you to
honor
stop. I
men.
need you to okay. I'm doing this is why it doesn't work. You cannot put what your mama did to get her husband on the table for your man. It doesn't translate. Your mama was the Southern Belle. That's why she has a husband.
And my dad was still the cook, by the way.
I said your mama was a Southern Belle. That's why
Yeah.
she has a. See, Generation X women fell into the borrowing from other generations. You borrow the struggle of Rosetta. You borrow the struggles of the slaves, but you don't. But you had none of the characteristics of the previous generations. So when I ask you, what are you bringing? You bring a modern woman with a PhD who wants an intellectual. Fine. You should have married him in your 20s. You don't, men who are that era, how, okay, $80,000. Let's just take it. $80,000. How old is the oldest man you've ever dated? Age differential between you and him.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I do.
I dated a 60-year-old. This last guy I dated.
Yeah, but that was okay. How old? What's the oldest man you would marry?
Probably 58.
58. What is the average lifespan of a black man in this country?
Well, I don't know. What is it? 69, 70?
Some stats say 68, some say 72.
Okay.
So 58. So if let's just take 72. That means if he lived to 72 and you had a child, if you got pregnant on your wedding night, your husband dead when the child's 14.
I did think about that. I'd say that's the oldest. But I date older, younger.
My point is, ma'am, You are coming at this as if you have leverage. You're coming at this as though you have time that you don't have, sexual market value leverage that you don't have, geographical proximity to these kind of men that you don't have, and time that you don't have. To where you actually can inject it into a conversation with a straight face that, hey, I don't know what I would have in common with a man who's earning the median income. As implication, these men cannot be learned on their own. Just because you go to college doesn't
Kevin,
mean.
that's not true. Please, that's not what I meant. I really want to retract that. That's not what I meant, Kevin. My ex-fiance is a blue-collar worker and was brilliant. But he had a lot of side hustles too. And so, yeah, like he was,
Then why?
Look, that's not even the point. The point is, this woman came at it like, unless this man had a PhD, he couldn't relate to her. That's how she came off. That's exactly what she said. So now it's interesting that as reality is starting to settle in, she's starting to switch up her tune. Not new. Obviously, I'm not surprised. But this woman wants a man that has a PhD, and if he doesn't have a PhD, she thinks they can't relate.
How did you say it?
I said it because you asked me what I would want. Like in a perfect world, yes. But what I would settle for, let me not use settle, but what I would, that doesn't really matter as long as he can have an intellectual conversation. We can enjoy similar things. We can talk about politics and,
I got other news for you, ma'am. Why do you?
I want a partner.
You're not. Oh, Jesus H. fucking Christ! You're not a partner. You're a helpmeet, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. You ladies have fallen into this partnership feminist stuff. Men don't want to sit around and talk politics with you. They want you to go in and anyway. This is why this whole die alone thing is so sad, because so many of our women bought wholly into the notion of modern woman and feminism. And you really want a partner, and your mother was a Southern belle. You didn't learn. You didn't learn.
But she works.
I don't care. And you're about to be, and this is what I mean. Here comes this brat in her. Notice every time I say something she doesn't like, she starts whining. You're a brat. And no one, in order to be a brat, you got to be fucking hot. I'm just being straight up. You got to be hot to be a brat. And no one wants a 40-year-old brat. I'm going to be honest, ma'am.
That's sobering.
You're hanging around with a bunch of women who've given up.
Right. And I recognize I don't want to do that. I recognize that.
Well, then you need a reality check, ma'am. Because maybe you've overestimated your value judging by your company. But you need to move to a city where you actually understand what it means to compete for a man. And you don't have a lot of time. What month was your birthday?
August.
So you just turned 40.
Mm-hmm.
So it's February. 9 months. You got 21 months before you're out of pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
21. So even if it takes 6 months, that means you got 15 months.
Mm-hmm. I'm on the dating apps, Kevin. I'm trying.
All righty then. The whining's not going to work with me. I don't care about the dating apps. I'm just told you what it is, man. I'm giving you the best I can, but the world does not owe you understanding. And once the dating apps and all this other stuff doesn't work, and you sitting in Connecticut waiting for love, when you turn 42, there are no excuses. That's why I said dying alone, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 women will marry, 3 or 4 will die alone. It's a choice. And now you guys are seeing what I mean. These choices are micro choices all along the way to live in delusion, to live in fantasy, to live innumerate, to live, I don't care, to live, well, I can find it, I can have it all. It's not as though it's not tragic, it's chosen. Before 1965, black folks were married at an 80% rate. Women, black women are choosing not to marry. This is a perfect call of the illustration of that. PhD and all. So watching all the videos and everything else, ma'am, you're going to have to start moving with a sense of urgency or a sense of intention if you hope to have a different outcome. And if not, well, what I'm going to say is if and when, let's say this doesn't work out, don't be bitter at men. Don't be angry at men.
Oh, I won't.
You've had
recognize
more
it's my
opportunities. You've had a lifetime of opportunities with men.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than some folks get. So, all right, I'm going to get on to the next call. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I mean,